He's well and truly aware of me. Moo cows are good. Mr. Camels is chewing his cud. Alright, g'day folks. It's Sunday. It is the day after we just completed the Wi-Fi network. And on that, there are a couple of bits here and there, stability upgrades, like we said the other day, about things to change, just to improve a bit of it here, there and everywhere. But this morning, Jasmine won the camera bingo. Not only did she spot a camel in the yards at Sweetwater, but she saw a dog there as well. So to work on the multiple birds with one stone, I'm on my way down towards Warren's, where I just need to swap the battery out because it's one that has failed. And I will also slip on down to Sweetwater, get that camel out of the yards and see what else is around at the time. So let's crack on and sort out these problems before they become big problems. So another thing worth noting is that we've got the exploration guys operating down the southern end of the station, so sort of in the vicinity of Sweetwater. So what I've done is I have sent the crew a message letting them know that I'm on my way down, that I'm going to be shooting a camel, and that I'm going to be throwing the drone up to just check the area, make sure it's clear before I go in and sort out the camel. So it's a big part of that awareness of people in the area, and then letting them know what we're going to do so that there's no concern, or no room for concern really, because they know that it's just normal operations. So that message is sent, and we're pretty good. So I'm ticking on, carrying on my way, check a few things as we go, but if there's anything interesting, I'm sure you will see it. So I'm about 3 kilometres now from the access into Sweetwater. Seen a good number of cows on my way down. So I've thrown my yellow ears in just in case I need to action up nice and quickly. But I've got my electric ears as well. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to pull up somewhere around half a kilometre from the water point, and then I might go closer. But I'll pop the drone out, send it up, have a quick glance around. It's 26 degrees Celsius at the moment, so it's going to be interesting to see the camel thermally in this environment. I'm not expecting to see the dog around. They just don't typically hang around that long. Interesting that it was chasing the birds at the water point. So we've also just done a complete round of baiting. So each water point has had the dog baits put out there, which, well, hopefully it sees a tasty treat and goes, free food, let's go for it. But that's another task. So I'm going to just pop the camera off while I pull up and get this drone out.
Home point updated.
Alright, so pretty good to go. So I'm going to get the drone, launch it up. We've got screen recording and we've got recording on, so let's see who we have around.
Taking off.
There's our cheeky camel in there. $200 odd meters. Let's have a look at infrared. A little bit tricky to identify him. See if we've got any other hot spots around the area. Still just got our camel in there. I can't see any other animals that are showing up on thermal, and there's no vehicles out on that side. We've got our position up there. No indicators. So if I approach from the in-gate side, we should be half alright. Let's bring her back in and get to work, really. Alright, hopefully the microphone's not in a spot where it's going to get constantly done in by everything. Actioned up. So This is one of those situations where a suppressor would be great, because I'd be able to take out the camel without disturbing my cattle. But Western Australia's government is, let's say, special. It's alright, Moo Cow. Get rid of the nasty camel soon. He's sitting down. He's well and truly aware of me. Moo Cows are good. Mr. Camels is chewing his cud. He's up, which means a headshot wouldn't be bad. Less chance of collateral on the moo cow, so let's get a good angle on him. We'll just take our time. Steady camel, steady camel. Don't fuck my yards. Steady. Let's get you somewhere. It's going to be nice to drag you out from. Good cows. Take your time, cows. Away from my tank and all my other good stuff. Yeah, go for it. Over near that rail's not bad. A little bit too close to my liking on that cow. You can see he's really messed with that gate. Clean target there. Moo. Don't go for the engate, stupid cow. Go on. Yeah, that's not a bad spot. Hang around there for a moment. Steady little ones. What do we got? An old cow that's dead in the outgate. That'll slow everyone down. Alright. Alright, so here's our good old dead camel. Still a little bit of, I don't know, some sort of movement still going on, but there's the insides of his head, which isn't unexpected at such a close range with a 308. And yeah, the poor dead cow, she's not been dead long. It's one of the things you find with a lot of the trap yards is they come in for their last drink and never leave. When I drag them, I tend to go for a bit of a half hitch, but with a easy pull tab so you can get drop them easier. So it's just with the loop halfway through. And then as you pull it up tight, it'll hold. Go on, girls, out you go. Try again, there you go. Oh well. Great work, heifer. Alright, so the damage. Now that I've dragged out old mate Mr. Camel, and I'm yet to drag the dead cow out, but I'd like to show you a little bit of the damage that he's wrought upon these yards. Now they did pretty well holding up to him, and we didn't put much pressure on him, but what he's done is he's dingled up our in-gate. So not so much an issue up on this one, because that'll fall back in place, but you can see that's been crushed down a little bit by him trying to stomp on it. This one's been flicked up. This one is completely bent and busted. So I'm going to get the tech gun and pull that out. See if we can't bend this one back a little bit. Well, it looks like that one's going to need a little bit of hydraulic encouragement. I haven't got replacement arms on me, so we're going to slip him back in there. Now I'm just going to drag our dead cow away and move on to throwing a battery into Warren's. Right, well that's the camel sorted and the dead cow dragged away. It's really sort of highlights how good it is to have the camera network. It lets us see the issues and then go target that one particular issue. And having the drone as well, really quite handy for just doing that area assessment, make sure that we haven't got anything else that we need to tackle. Because one thing that we have found over the years with the self-mustering yards or trap yards is you will often end up with a dominant animal in the yards and there'll be others hanging around outside. And you want to go around and, well, you want to take out the ones that are on the outside of the trap before you sort out the one on the inside, because while the one on the inside is the boss, the rest of the mob are going to hang around while they're alive. If that one dies, they'll bolt. And that's where it's critical that we have suppressors for this sort of task. One, so our livestock aren't disturbed by the shooting. And two, so we can effectively control the entire group. Now, the comedians that are coming up with our laws have turned around and said there's no demonstrable evidence that suppressors are good for animal welfare or feral animal control. These people live under rocks, and they are just idiotic. There's no practicality behind it. So yeah, we continue to show them the evidence that would support it, and they never show any evidence to the contrary. They just ignore you, like they did with the parliamentary review. They just ignored everything everyone has ever said. But we deal with it, we carry on. We know that if you went unlicensed, you've got less pressure on you. You don't have to have all these stupid extra security arrangements for your firearms, you know, super level safes, security alarms, seismic sensors in your room where your firearm safe is. And amongst all of that, you can't even use them to defend yourself if someone breaks in and wants your firearms. You know, they're the ones that put the list out, a map on the front page of the newspaper telling everyone where guns were. But that is life. Only way to fix it is to fix the government. Only way to fix the government is to, well, either get people in there that use sensibility or get in there ourselves and start just cutting the tape and the crap. And then we might actually get something done in this country instead of being constantly shackled. Right, end of that lecture. Let's get over to Warren's. I might even throw the drone up just to pre-scout. We've got plenty of battery left, so could be worth having a look around. So I'm not terribly far from Warren's bore itself. It is just straight down the track here. So it's a good time to launch the drone and see if I'm going to have to go in, kit it up, and if there's anything worth, well, that I need to shoot. All right, let's get a launch happening. So I can't see anything really interesting at the moment, so we should be pretty good to roll on in. So just going to bring her back, land, go down, change the batteries out on the water point itself, and see what's on the track out home. Alright, so that's the new battery in there at Warren's. Nothing super interesting to see. And that kind of would keep it short and sweet. It's a day off, so gonna head on home and really try and relax a little bit before we get into doing some more cattle work. Yeah, little bits and pieces along the way home, that's how it is. But thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one, because I am keen to, I don't know, eat some not so amazingly healthy food, sit on the couch, maybe edit the video up, who knows. But thanks for joining me and sticking around. It's appreciated. All right, cheers everyone. I shall see you on the next one.